Hello, good morning, everyone.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am. Morning, ma'am.
I will just turn off my camera since I'm not really feeling well right now, but we can still go on with the class. So while waiting for the rest, so I've sent the announcement or the instruction to our Gmail earlier. So after today's reporting, lecture 12 by Catambacan and lecture 14 by Gabas, please do watch the recording of lecture 13 by Coronel. I posted it sa atong Moodle classroom. And then please do afterwards review and read the available resources for all the three lectures if applicable siya sa lecture. For example, naman ko ubang lectures nga wala pa um, references or resources. So I'll make up to it to upload if I can find any or if the reporters have submitted to me their PowerPoints and the like. Afterwards, after reading, after this report, please do answer all the quizzes in lecture 12, 13, and 14. I didn't put any limitations sa attempt, limitations sa time, or deadline. Not necessarily, but please do answer it. And please do make sure to submit your answers before July 6, 9 a.m. on the next class. Okay, always make sure to finish all your quizzes and assignments before we go on to the next class day. For example, on Monday. Ayun yung pabtag ugma kung mabuhatin nyo karon then the better. And then please do the assignments also, lecture 12 and 13, and make sure to follow all the instructions. If you notice on lecture 14, if you have followed the Moodle classroom, wala siya assignment but it is a reading assignment. So pasabot, kailangan lang mo mag-read in advance. So no need to answer. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
And one more thing, the school highly discouraged the use of the Moodle app if you are using your mobile phones. Kay mag-cause di siya og bugs and errors, especially if mag-answer mo sa quiz. Kay naman go daw report nga pag answer niyo sa quiz kay dili na siya maka next page kay nag Moodle app di siya. So warag na capacity ang Moodle app ug pila ka pages lang iyang kaya. So if long quiz siya, so there's a possibility nga maghang ang app or whatever it is. So you can use the Google Chrome version. So you can just go to your Google Chrome. If you don't have one, download it sa Play Store and then just search St. Peter's College activemoodle.com and then log in your account and then you can access then your our class and Moodle and then you can answer also. Okay?
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we have here now the reporter for lecture 12. We have Angel May Katambacan and she will be reporting the setting of learning environment for lecture 13, remedial teaching strategies. That is to be reported by Genevieve Coronel, but she have submitted already the recording of her report. And for lecture 14, we are going to talk about reading. This is now on the focus on the four macro skills: reading, listening, speaking, and writing. So we'll start with reading. This is lecture 14, correcting perceptual and decoding deficits
Coding
in word
deficits in word
recognition.
recognition.
All right, to be reported by Gaba. So we will have two reporters for today. Katambakan for lecture 12 and Gabas for lecture 14. So let's start off with lecture 12. Katambakan, you may now take the floor. Please mute your
Ma'am.
mic while the reporter is speaking. Thank you.
So, good morning, everyone. My topic for today is the setting of learning environment. So, first, what is setting? A, set, a setting is a place or a type of surrounding where something is positioned or where an event takes place. The example, I takes place. So, now what is learning environment? Learning environment refers to the diverse physical location, context, and culture in which students learn. Since learners must do the learning, the aim is to create a total environment for learning that optimizes the ability for students to learn. For example, um, a learning environment filled with educational materials that
Oh
it
my
is
God, I'm late. Oh my God,
considered
hi.
di ko madunggan.
Go on, continue.
Ah, abi ko di ko madunggan. Wait na sa man. It is considered more conducive to learning. Now, what is conducive learning environment? A conducive learning environment is a platform devoid of both physical intimidation and emotional frustration, which allows a free exchange of idea. Next, what are the different learning environments? There are four types of learning environment, each with unique environment. First is the student or learner-centered. Student-centered learning, also known as learner-centered education, broadly encompasses method of teaching that shift the focus of instruction from the teacher to students. Example of that is giving a student opportunities to lead learning activities. Second, participate more actively in discussion or and design their own learning project or imo siyang ilet nga kuan nga na i-express ang iyang own idea ana or maghahatag kag opportunities para maka-express iyang own idea ana. Next is knowledge centered. A knowledge-centered learning environment introduces knowledge, including facts, ideas, concepts, and principles, in a timely manner when in a need to do so naturally arises or when learners see a need. Example of knowledge center are used to help students transfer the content to real life setting for better understanding. Next is assessment centered. Assessment centered, also known as ACT, is a unique practice that allows teacher to gather information during instruction to uncover learning gaps and guide students toward deeper understanding of complex ideas. Example assessment centered is provide continual feedback about preconception and new content learned. So kung naay ka ng idea nga i-express ang atong students as a teacher dapat mo-supplement pud ta sa ilahang idea para masabtan jud og maayo. Last is community-centered. Community-centered learning environment also contribute to the alignment of students and instructors' course expectation. Example is student feeling confident to ask question and not being afraid to say I don't know. Kaya naman koy uban students nga pangutan-on nimo nga okay nakasabot na ba tanan? Tas moingon lang din, oh, yes ma'am, nya pagkuan pa day wa day kasabot. So mo to siya. So why is it important to create a positive learning environment? Creating a positive environment produces a powerful ripple effect that continually enhances learning. So sa pag so positive learning environment is kanang useful kay siya nga tool para maka-help sa student para maka-learn jud siya og kanang deep maka-learn siya dako nga na ma'am. Mara to ma'am.
All right. Any questions so far? Everyone?
Naa ni PPT.
Naa. Pero wala pa na ano sa din. Mga important lang akong ibutang.
Okay. Kindly also, if you are going to provide us a PowerPoint, kindly also provide us your reference. I'm pretty much sure you have your reference website, right?
Sige ma'am.
Okay. So, any questions regarding the topic, the setting of learning environment?
None.
Okay, so basically, reporter, in one sentence, what is a learning environment?
Learning environment, ma'am, kay kanang koan. For example, is kanang classroom.
Mm-hmm.
Classroom, ma'am, where kanang naay kanang naay mga educational materials nga maka-help og understand og maayo sa mga students para sana para masabtan day nila og unsa ang angay nga ipasabot sa ila.
Okay, can we conclude that a learning environment is only limited to us having the classroom or to being the classroom? Is it only limited to the classroom?
No, ma'am.
Dili, ma'am, pwede man siya bisag asa.
Pwede man.
Okay, so what are the components basically of having of or characteristics of a learning environment? It should be
Conducive, ma'am.
conducive. Okay, that's correct. What else?
Accessible, ma'am.
Accessible,
Accessible,
correct. Very nice.
comfortable.
Comfortable, dili comfortable, comfortable.
Ingon sila, ma'am, comfortable daw, ma'am.
Comfortable mo po na siya. What else? Of course, peaceful because basically environment is very important, no? So that's why in this sa online class, we cannot really expect too much from our students, especially if nara sila sa balay ng home study, ng online
Yes,
class,
ma'am.
because there are mga aliens,
Circumstances.
mga
Yeah.
mga factors
Sakto dyan, ma'am.
that would
Distraction.
Pwede, mga distractions.
even I as a teacher, no, daghan kay distraction, no, like for example, I have so many deadlines and I can't make them because I nako sa balay, kay my bed is just one walk away, ganon ba, no? So it's very hard
Grabe
po.
siya.
Everything is a struggle. So environment is very important. So what is um reporter? What are the components of an effective learning environment? Okay, you mentioned earlier what is an effective, right? Effective learning environment. Okay, or not effective, positive learning environment. Okay, so what are the components?
Koan, ma'am. Koan.
Come on. Okay, so first, what is a positive learning environment again? Hello? 안녕하세요. Hello, Day. Andyan ka pa ba, Day?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sige, Day.
Koan, ma'am. Ang positive environment kay ah, kanang andam kamo dawat sa ilang ideas nga sa bitaw gani. Bisag siya maliko.
Sa man, Day. Sige, dear. Basahan na lang na diha, dear. Huwag na amang gali kay basahon diha.
Isa, ma'am. Kalag po na niya.
Na mga lag dyan nagkalit diha.
Mga lagjud, ma'am. Tara. Positive learning environment refers to the diverse physical location, context, and cultures in which students learn.
Okay.
Na,
Alright. Thank you so much, reporter. Struggle is real kay no? Sige, do not forget to send to
Kaayo, ma'am.
me your
Nalaglag pa dyan.
report, your PowerPoint, and then your resources or your website. Thank you so much. Okay, so I've also included
Yes, ma'am.
in our Moodle classroom a link of basically what the topic is all about. What is a learning environment? So it's defined here, and it also has a component of an effective learning environment. So it focuses on physical components, the characteristics of learners. Learning environment always considers the characteristics of learner and what is the goal of teaching and learning. What do you want to achieve? And then what are activities? Will it support the learning and assessment strategies by the teacher? And of course, it's very important to consider the culture, no, the culture of the students that you are teaching. So for example, if you are going to teach sa mga bukid-bukid, no, mga manubo, mga kuan ba, sa tawag ana nila, mga nitibo. And then magpasayaw ka dara og hip-hop kay magkuan mo, mag-finals kunuhay mo. Okay, pwede din na. So it's very important to consider these factors or components in creating our learning environment. So thank you so much, reporters. A round of applause. Okay,
Thank
next.
you.
Okay, next, let's go forward with lecture 14 with Gacas Juvylyn. So again, the lecture 13 is recorded by Coronel, and it's available sa atong Moodle classroom. You can access it and see it, review it anytime. And I will also upload the screen recording of this meeting today. So let's proceed with lecture 14. Juvylyn, Gacas, you take the floor.
Good morning sa
Manang
tanan,
ulit.
no? My topic for today is all about correcting
Good
perceptual
morning.
and decoding deficits in word recognition. So, first we have to define the title. So, let's talk about perceptual. It is the ability to interpret or become aware of something through the senses. So, senses na gigamit. So, perceptual is, di ba, sa Bisaya murag ka ng ato ang pananaw. So, it is involving perception, especially in relation to immediate sensory experience. So, perceptual to perception to percept to senses. So, percept to senses. So, di ba, we have 5 senses, and isa na ani is our eyes or the sight. So, when we talk, next is, let's define the word deficit. The word deficit is a deficiency or failing, especially in neurological or psychological function. Next is the word recognition. It is the ability of a reader to recognize written words correctly and virtually effortlessly, or sometimes it is referred to as an isolated word recognition. So therefore, the topic deals with correcting and identifying the disabilities of the eyes in the word recognition.
Okay.
According
For,
according to yes,
kadyo
ma'am.
lang kay recorder. Nakita niyo yung screen share, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, continue. Ina lang ko, reporter Hag, mo next slide. Thank you.
Ay, sige, ma'am. Next na, ma'am. According to Equal, next pa dyan, ma'am, and Shunker 1988, visual analysis of an unfamiliar word must precede the application of knowledge of word parts. Both of these come before the final synthesis of the parts into recognition. Meaning, muhang visual analysis is dapat mag-una siya before the application of knowledge. So, para para pag-abot sa final nga, like for example basahon na nimo siya, murag mag-isa sila ba. So next is, there are two ways of identifying whether a student has insufficient competence in visual analysis of words. Next na please, ma'am. Next na, ma'am. So number one, the student when pronouncing words verbally. Second, when the teacher shows him or her the word covering covering up the parts of it in the students is able to recognize it, and at least one of his or her problems in word recognition is faulty visual analysis. So, diri sa number 2 is maski pag ang uban parts kung maka-recognize gyud ka sa word nga imong gibasa, maski pagtabunan ng isa ka parts is ma-recognize gyud nimo siya. Next is the definition of terms. So we have this what we call the alphabet knowledge. So ang alphabet knowledge is the ability to name or distinguish shapes, write, and identify the sounds of the alphabet. Like for example, bitaw kanang sa usually ani siya makita nimo siya kanang alphabet knowledge kana bitaw mga kinder. Kay ako kay naman jud ko'y anak no. So nakita gid nako nga first gid nilang gibuhat is to identify the alphabet. Then ang next is kanang mag-letter sound na dayon sila. So ang kanang letter sound under gyapon na siya sa alphabet knowledge. So alphabet knowledge also known as letter sound knowledge. It is defined as the relationship between phonology. So kabalo man gitawon sa phonology, it is referred to the sound of letter or speech, then orthographic spelling patterns of written language. So number 3, wala na. Wait sa mama. So usually ni siya mahitabo kaning alphabet knowledge is kana sa mga labi na mga kinder kay naman na sila yung mga kuan, naman na sila mura o marag stages ba, primero i-familiarize nilang letters. The second kay ang sound na dayon. Then next is number 4 is refers to the matching of phonemes or the smallest units of sound with their respective graphemes or written symbols in language. So ang next ko no sa alphabet knowledge is matching phonemes or katong mga kanabitong murag syllables by syllables na siya. So mo ni diri sa phonemes. Then sa number 4 nga alphabet knowledge ay meaning sa alphabet knowledge. Number 5, it includes knowing letter names and their respective sounds. So diri na dayon makiwan nga mabasa na nila through sa identifying the letters and the sounds. Identify na nila so kanang diri na dayon siya makuan nga mabasa na gid nila ang word. Next is understanding the letters represent sounds so that alphabet knowledge, understanding letters represent sounds so that words may be read by saying sounds represented by letters. So move on ta sa example ha, kaning alphabetic knowledge examples. So next please, ma'am. From
Ano siya example?
nakita niyo yung example, guys?
Yes.
All
Yes.
from kana mitong number di ba kanang word nga dog. Kung imuha siyang i-letter by letter pagka sound or pagkabasa, di ba ang sound sa d ay sa D kay d man, then ang O kay mura O, dayon ang G kay g. So from the sound pa lang or from the kana bitaw iyang sound pa bitaw lang sa with the letter alone kay ma-identify na nimo siya, mabasa na nimo siya. So, di ba, murag dali ra kaayo siya kunon ba basta na kay alphabetic knowledge. Like for example, kaning curse nga example, di ba, pag ang sound sa C kay k, then ang sound sa U kay o, then ang R. So kabalo magita nga murag nana. So mabasa rin nimo siya as curse. Kasabot, guys.
Oo.
Gibo ay katawa. Then, next is sight word knowledge. All words anyone reader can recognize. So, diri ko na sa sight word knowledge, all words anyone reader can recognize with automaticity, not necessarily with meaning. So, ato da ko no siyang ang tawag ko na nato ana is sight word knowledge. Like ato lang siyang tan-awon without kanang
Makabasa lang.
without kanang knowing the meaning. Bitaw kanang wala nimo siya nahibalan unsay meaning pero mabasa nimo siya. Like wala nimo siya gihuna-una unsay meaning pero imuha siyang gibasa. Murag nana bitaw. I hope makasabot mo. It is also refers to words that the reader can read automatically without decoding due to the being stored in memory. So kani siya kay kanang decoding bitaw kanang wala nimo siya gibag-o ba, mao ra gid siya exact word ra gid siya. Then imuha siyang nabasa automatic without kanang kuan kay murag naa na magud siya sa imuhang murag naka-install na siya sa imuhang huna-huna ba. Muna siya sight words. So knowledge on sound symbol correspondence also called as knowledge, graphophonic knowledge. Kana knowledge on sound, kana bitang sa knowledge on sounds, ang tawag din sa iya is graphophonic knowledge. Knowledge on sound symbol correspondence, the ability to listen to the sound in words and then write down letters for those sounds. Kani siya kay kuan, imuha lang siyang gipaminaw ang sounds, but then imuha siyang through sa imong pagpaminaw ato nga sound, imuha siyang kanang ma-identify na imuha siyang masulat. So mo na siya knowledge. Murag nana gibo. So that would be all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Sabot mo, guys.
Sabtante, sabtan.
Okay, questions so far.
And ma'am.
Okay, so why do we have to talk about correcting perceptual and decoding deficits in word recognition? Because basically, this subject is to help you, future teachers, okay, to learn how to somewhat mend things. Okay, so because let's accept the fact that not all students are great learners and they don't learn
Yes,
um,
easily.
easily and at the same rate with the rest of their peers or their classmates. So we have to, uratag mga doktor ba, no? We have to diagnose our students and then find a cure, okay, and how to make them better at reading, at writing, at speaking, and at listening. So these are the 4 macro skills that we are going to focus. So if you have overviewed our Moodle classroom, we have discussed previously what are the principles, what is remedial instruction, what is remedial teaching, how do we adopt curriculum, and then how do we formulate teaching plans? What are the best teaching activities, aids, and supporting materials? What is a positive and effective learning environment? And in lecture 13, I hope that you will understand the lecture by Coronel about the remedial teaching strategies. And because this topic by Gabas is focusing more on
Reading.
remedial
Uh,
instruction in reading. Yeah, in
reading.
reading. Okay, so um, also please take note that I think at the end of this class, you are going to have a demo, I think. Let me see.
Diri mo, as in, online.
Online siya.
Sharing video.
Mm. But I have to
Ma-video.
I have to check first with Ma'am Claro ha kay wala klaro iyang kuan. Wala ko klaro sa iyang kuan. Iyang kuan. But anyway, question so far.
Question, guys.
Wala. Okay, so clear kay ang report no. It's actually a basic teaching strategy sa mga sa primary schools, sa mga grade 1s or even kaning sa 5-1 talk bitaw kani akong sideline karon. Basically we teach Chinese learners to learn uh, some English words, even one syllabic
English.
word kay dili siya deficit late ilahang development sa pag-learn sa English ba. So we even do that, we even do blending like dog, dog
Mm.
ana siya. So it's very important also to learn to teach
Alphabetical.
students. Kay sama po dyslexic ang uban kana bitaw makabalo siya sa word gamo na siya pero pag pronounce niya bali or even pag write bali. Dyslexic ang tawag
Dyslexia.
ng dyslexia siya. So, it's very important to learn, no? Sayo na siya basahon nga ay nga niun di siya pag tudlo di ay kay imuharang isilabify ang sound sa kada letter, imuharang isumpay, i-blend nimo siya tapos ay hanim sound ang word, whole word. Pero it's not really that easy kay
Yes, ma'am.
repetition is very important also. Tapos, pag ikaw nga teacher, di po ka kabalo na samot, di po ka sabot
Nga
imong
nga.
estudyante, nga po siya. No? So, as teachers, it's not just important to learn how to teach, but actually know how to teach. No? Kanang kuan ba, i-embody nimo siya ba nga kabalo ka nga mo na siya. Tinuod yun na imong gipanglarlar siya dili kay mga char lang kay para lang ingnon. No, kay luoy kayo ang bata. Nagduol ka siya nimo kay nagpatabang na nimo hapit yung samutan. Ana bitaw. So, question so far. None. Okay. All right.
Yan, ma'am.
So, please look ahead sa atong kanang module. Read in advance because we are now going to focus on the 4 macro skills. Basically, it will help you how to address factors or issues regarding to each macro skills in teaching the remedial program or remedial program. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Questions?
None so far.
None so far. Okay. I think kuan jud siya. It's very important that we will have a demo. Sako lang ha, demo siya kay lisod pud kayo inyo harang i-absorb tanan din wala mo application ana ba?
Walay output.
Walay output. Okay, so andam-andam lang tano. Ang exam di ay supposedly the midterm exam is supposedly scheduled on July 8 to July 10. That's next week, no? Pero the module class is designed to follow the macro skills. I'm not sure why. Why is it that? No, so supposedly the midterm is in lecture 18 pero nabutang siya lecture 21 kay giapas ang reading nga macro skill sa tanang topic sa reading nga macro skill.
So, di pa
So,
next week.
probably, let me see. 21 man siya, no? Naman ko schedule. Kadali lang, ha?
Perfect.
21. That's 8. wait lang. Kuan man taron no? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20. Mga kuan. Oh no. So we have to make APAS at least July 10. July 10 ana lang. I-take home lang na ako siya. So not necessarily sa time na to. So after ano ba? Para na over the weekend, over the weekend siya
Pwede
mansiran.
ra, ma'am.
Ana na lang para makapas ta kay the last day of summer class is July 29. So, yeah, we have to make APAS. Okay, questions?
None, ma'am.
None?
Guys,
Okay.
wala na time.
Oh, wala na time. So, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I really do appreciate it. I am always checking your class. Don't worry. Okay.
Thank you,
Please
ma'am.
turn on your camera. I will take a screenshot. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Please turn on your camera, guys. Okay. Turn on sa everybody. Oh, Absalon, Lope, please turn on. Okay, Absalon, Lope, please turn on.
Yes,
Lope. Hey, girl. Girl. Oh, natulog ni siya ba?
Ma'am, wait ka din daw, ma'am.
Oh, sige.
Hello, ma'am.
Oh, sige. Let's take a screenshot. Make your post.